hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of, thing we were asking them to do. That was I think, the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best, and it was a very great experience over here.
Technology Consulting Manager from 98th percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Ms. Ambika, Ms. Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. it was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be I placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I'm audible, right? All right. So let me share my screen. All right. So my screen is visible. Yes. Let's everyone log into the consoles. In the meanwhile, let other joins as well and be ready with the console login. Okay. So to revise last session, we just try to launch server with the required configuration. I hope everyone are confident enough now on launching a server. Okay, that should be clear to everyone, correct? And once you log in, make sure the region should be properly selected as US West Oregon. Okay, like whatever the region you selected. For example, you are working since 4 days before with the Mumbai region, you can select Mumbai. I have all the configuration, key pair, everything under US West Oregon. Okay, under this location data center. And I see some people have left the session on that day. I'm not sure if your people have tried to terminate the servers. If you don't terminate the server, it will try to count the charge out of the free tier account because 750 hours are there for the free tier account. So you should remember that. Okay. And you can see I have 0 instances. That means I don't have any running instances. So I should be good. Okay. We don't have any charges for the key pairs and the secret groups. We don't have any cost for that. Okay. I hope everyone terminated the servers. Whatever the labs you do, just try to make sure to terminate all the equipment. I mean, all the servers, all the resources properly. If you don't do that, it will be trying to detect from your free tier account. Once free tier account resources are exhausted, you will be billed with charges. Okay. On the right side, if you see, on the top hand right side, AWS XLR, there is an option called billing and cost management. If you click on this, you will be able to see how much bills, how much charges has been incurred for particular account on particular resources. If you can see on the right side, AWS X, you can see that if you try to drop down on the account ID, there is a billing and cost management here. This is the one which will try to make sure and understand how the prices will be effective for the cost resources that we have been trying to utilize. Okay. You can see this is the trend cost breakdown on services, what kind of a services I've used on which month. The Elastic Compute EC2 server on this particular month, how many times I've tried to use that. You can see it will be charged under dollars 0.41, 0.08, 0.02. These are the charges. You see this? These are the charges. It will try to show you. And if you want to see for the specific month, you can see click on the bills on the left side. On the left side, there is an option called bills. So I can also verify if there are any charges for my account. You see this? Bill period for December, January, February, March, April, June, July, November, December. Okay. So that means we are into the December month. I'm just trying to verify the bill for this month for me. I have incurred with $0.40. Okay. I have a charges for $0.40. Why do I have? If I need to verify the charges for this, I need to verify information by charges by service. You can see the $0.34, why it got cost for me in this month, I'll need to verify. You can see Elastic Cloud Computing, it charged me $0.24. If I try to expand this, US West Oregon, so where I have been incurred, you can see Linux on Unix. My free tier account has been exhausted, like 750 hours has been crossed. It is trying to charge me. See, $0.0104 per on-demand Linux T3.micro, 1.346 hours. The server is running for 1.36 hours. That's why it got charged. It got charged 0.116 per on-demand Linux T2.micro, like 10 hours. I just kept the server active for 10 hours. $0.12 it charged. So in this way, for every service, we need to verify the charges. On calculation of every service, the total including tax, you can see $0.06 it will be cost for me. In this way, we can try to verify the charges if you have any doubts on this as well. Okay. You are able to open the console. Just check the billing dashboard. Have you tried to verify? On the right side, the billing dashboard, it will try to show you the information about the bills. On the top right, the account, if you try to drop down, see there is an option called billing and cost management. Okay, good. So last day, what we have discussed on launching a server with the discussions of a key pair, security groups, Amazon mission image, instance types, and network, like a default network we have selected. Okay. So let's try to launch a server on deploying a sample website. Gautami, you have selected region. Which region? So since last 2 days, whatever the region you are selecting, you need to work on that. I'll go to EC2. I'm working on the Oregon region since last 2 days because I have a key pair. So I'm trying to work on the Oregon region only. Clear? See, I'm selecting Oregon region. And if any server is launched, to delete a server, just go to the actions, and click on terminate. Okay. You need to go to the actions here. There's an option called actions, right? I mean, here instance state, there is an option called terminate. In this way, you can try to delete the server. Okay. So there is an option called user data. You can see this. There is an option called user data. Let us try to see what is a user data. So user data is something which will allow us to enter a predefined script. That means when you launch an EC2 instance, specify user data to run an initialize script. That means if you try to have a script entered during the launch of a server, it will try to deploy the output for you. For example, if I want to deploy a sample website, I have to enter this script during the launch of a server. Then it will try to give me the server output. All right, let's try to work on the EC2 user data, how it works. So everyone go to the console. Let's launch a sample server. Okay, just a moment. I'll just try to show you the user script for you, just a sample script. So I'll share your file. I'm sharing a sample file in the Zoom chat, okay? So that notepad will have a sample script you can try to enter under the user data section. Okay, so download the file, and the file looks like this with the sample script. So this is kind of a Linux commands. Okay, what it is doing, it is trying to install some library or repo files from the repository of the Linux, which is required to install an Apache web server. So what is Apache web server? It will try to deploy a website for us. So with the help of a commands, we are trying to deploy. It will try to install that required files for Apache, and it will try to start the server for that Apache, and the server will have a website, sample website deployed. Okay, that is the user script I have. So click on launch instance. Let's launch instance. Give it as a Linux web. Okay, web server. Did everyone receive the file? Are you able to see the file in the chat? Yes or no? Yes, I think others were able to confirm. I'm sending the file again. Just download if everyone not able to. See, I just shared the file. Yes, I just shared the file. So once you have a file, open the launch instance and click on Linux web server. Okay. And click on browse more AMIs. Click on the free tier and select Linux. Linux free tier only. That means the server you're launching, it should have a free tier launch eligible tag. Okay. Just go and select. Select the Linux machine. And then select the instance type free tier eligible t2.micro only. And under the key pair, you need to select the key pair that you were working. That means you already have a key pair you downloaded, right? Just select the AWS key pair. Okay. Let's select that. And just don't edit any default VPC. Whatever the network which is selected by default, just select that. Don't try to click on edit. But in the firewall security group, we need to select an security group that is required to launch a Linux server. So what security group we need to select? Linux security group. I have a Linux security group which is already there. I'm selecting this. Okay. Select the Linux security group, and by default there is a configuration which is in place with 8 GB. Let's keep that as it is. Let's launch a server. All right. See, let's the server to be launched. Did everyone launched? So the server is in pending state. Okay. Actually, we did not given any user data, right? During the launch. I think we just missed that. So let me try to terminate. Just terminate the server. Okay. Click on terminate. We'll launch again. Just terminate the server. Delete the server for now. I'll just launch one more server. We will try to enter. We have to enter this user script data. I just forgot to mention that. Just click on refresh. It will try to terminate. I'm just terminating this. Let me try to see. Let's keep running. It's taking time. Today it's very slow, right? Hmm. Let me stop first. Okay. In the meanwhile, launch one more server. It will terminate soon. Let's give it some time. I'll give a different name. Linux Web 1. Okay. Now click on Amazon Linux free tier eligibility and t2.micro and key pair and the security group as Linux. Okay. Here, go to the advanced details. Under the advanced details, come down. There is a option called user data. See, here we can try to copy paste the user data, whatever in the notepad file. Okay. I'll just copy this user data here into this particular section. This will be under advanced details. You can see, if you see there's an advanced details on the bottom, just select that. Everyone selected? Before you launch the server, try to select the user data. Yes or no? What is the user data? Where we can try to enter a pre-configured script so that it will try to execute these commands before or during the launch of a server. It will try to give you as an output. That's the benefit of the script. Okay. Clear? All right. So once I try to do this, I'll just launch the server now. I'll click on launch instance. Okay, let me launch the server. In the last class, we have a Linux security group created. I hope everyone remember that. If anyone joining the class very new, they just have to create the Linux class by seeing the recorded session. Okay, I just entered the user data script into the advanced details. Then I'm trying to launch a server. Yes, we need to use the same security group of Linux. This Linux security group will be used everywhere. Like whatever the server you launch, it will be used. Simple. Let this server launch. It is loading the status 6. I'll just try to log off and relog in, okay? Because it might be the running statuses keep coming in, maybe some issue in the portal. I'll just log in again. Sometimes there might be issues with the portal as well. It's very rare, but let's see. It should be proper. Let me try. I have 2 instances running. One instance I have to delete because it don't have any user data. See, now it is showing properly. That means the first server I'll delete because we launched that by mistake, right? Without any user data, I'll terminate the server. Terminate means it will delete. I'm deleting the server. Okay, it's successfully terminated. Now, the second server which is running, I need to type with the running. It will show the running instances only. See, I have the server which is initialized state. It is in the running state. Once I'm trying to connect the server, I need to click on connect button, right? But what I would like to do, I want to verify the output of this server because with the help of a script, I try to deploy a sample website. So to test the output of this particular server, I just need to copy either the public IP address or the public DNS. Okay. If I copy the public IP DNS, I just need to enter here. Let's try to see. Just a moment. Let me reshare my screen. Just a moment. Wait. Now tell me, okay, I'll just go back to the screen. Just a moment. Instances running. Linux. I hope everyone, the server is running state, right? For everyone. You need to click on refresh. It will try to show you the termination. After termination, it will go away. Okay, it will take some time. Gautami. Now tell me if what protocol is needed to launch a Linux server, which port has to be enabled? Yesterday we have discussed, I mean last class, day before yesterday, I think, right? Which port is required? Which security group port is required for a Linux server to launch? That means SSH port. So for this server, the port 22 is required and the protocol is SSH. So to see that information, you need to click on this checkbox. You see this? I'm moving my mouse here. I need to click this. Go to the security. Under the security, you will see the security group that you created. That means I have a SSH port 22 port is enabled to connect the server over the shell window. That means, let me verify. Did not terminate the instance. You have to terminate, Vijay. Terminate the server and try to relaunch the server. And under the advanced detail user data, you need to put this. Vijay Kumar. You need to terminate the old server and launch a new server with this user data script. So when I want to connect, yes, now after this stopped, go and click on terminate. You have stopped the server, go and click on terminate, Vijay. So now click on connect. Connect means it will try to enable you the SSH access, because as per the security group, we need a confirmation if server is connecting over SSH or not. Okay, I'm clicking on connect. Let's see if it is connecting or not. See, that means if I'm seeing this window, shell window, that means the SSH port is working fine. So I'm clear with that. Okay, this means I am clearly have a confirmation that my server is connecting properly with the help of SSH port to the SSH terminal. Now, if I want to verify the website, test website access, because we have installed Apache server, right? I need to either copy public IP address or the public DNS. So I'll copy the public IP DNS. I'll go and open over the browser. You can see I can test the output of this website server access with the help of public IP address or the public DNS. As we have to know that public IP address will be communicated over the internet, which will try to show you the output over the internet. That means if this server have any applications installed, if I want to have this website published over the internet, I need to load over with the help of a public IP or the public DNS. Private IP address is for the internal network communication. Public IP is for communication over the internet. Okay. So I can copy either public IP or the public DNS. If I copy this public DNS and then paste in the browser and put HTTP in the front, because it will try to load with the HTTP, right? Let me try to see. HTTP:// Let me try to see. I have to get the output of the website, test website. Everyone, just copy the website. It should show you some output. HTTP:// HTTP:// Either I can copy the public IP as well. Copy public IP. Okay. You have to see the output if it is working or not. Let's see. It has to go with a. What is the purpose of HTTP port? Anyone? What is the purpose of HTTP port? Why we need HTTP and HTTPS ports? It will try to enable you the website access over the internet. That's the port. So, but why I'm not able to see the site? The site can't be reached. What is the issue? It is telling to check the firewall. It is trying to check, asking us to check the firewall. What we have to do now? Any idea? Any guess from anyone? So that means why it is not working. So if I have to load this website, I need HTTP to be enabled. So in my security group, which port is enabled? Which port is enabled here? So I have only 22 port with the SSH port is enabled. So I want to add HTTP port to have this website work, correct? So let's try to enable the HTTP port inside this Linux security group. Go to the security, open this Linux security group in open link in new tab. Let's try to open that. Here, there is a Linux security group you created 2 days before, right? Go to the inbound rules. That means whatever the incoming traffic I have to receive to my Linux server, I need to enable. I enabled only SSH port. to connect the server. This is a SSH port which is working. To connect over the internet, I need HTTP port. So I'll try to enable HTTP port with the help of a edit inbound rules. I'll add the one more inbound rule called HTTP. Simple. I'll add HTTP, and then who want to connect the server with HTTP? Anyone over the internet across 0.0.0, anyone from any laptop. I'm trying to give access, save. See, I have added SSH port, I have added HTTP port. So my server is having 2 ports currently. Okay. See, 22 port, 80 port. HTTP port number is 80, SSH port number is 22. Let me try to refresh this URL. See, it is showing the website, the sample website. It works. Was everyone able to see this output? I need confirmation from others. So this is how the security inbound rules works with the cloud server, which will enable you to have a communication over the internet. It works. That means this sample website will works access. So as I given 0.0.0, it is actually not secure. For the testing purpose we do, usually we need to enter the IP address of the computer which they want to connect the Linux server. If I'm trying to allow 0.0, it's very risky. That means anyone can access your server. For example, if I try to give this IP to you, you can also load this. You can also try to load my and connect to my server. See, I'm just giving my IP address to you. You can also load this. You can see the output of my server into your computer because I enabled 0.0.0. Anyone over the world can connect this Linux server over the HTTP port. Okay, so this is how the user script which will work to define the pre-configured script during the launch of a server. That is going to be helpful. Clear? Is it clear with everyone? All right. So do you remember last time we have discussed about AMI? AMI means what is AMI? Amazon Machine Image. So Amazon Machine Image, it will try to help you to reuse the configuration, correct? To reuse the configuration and trying to launch a new server, correct? For example, if I've done the project on this server to install Apache and some data is in place. So what I can try to do? I can try to back up this software. For example, I can click on this checkbox. I'll go to actions. Okay. Here under the image and template, see there is an option called create image. That means whatever the work I've done, whatever the output which I've tried to expect out of this server, I want to take a backup so that I can launch a new server. I'll click on create image. Okay. If I try to go to actions, create image, it will try to take a backup of that image. So if I want to, someone have a question, how to make sure if this website is accessible only for specific person? If that is the case, if for example, my computer IP is something else like 192 or 168 dot something, okay? So I can put this IP address over security groups. Okay, rather than 0.0.0, I can put 192.168.1.1 and allow the network for my location. So if you try to allow that network only, that particular network only can connect the server. Okay, Sharvan. So coming to AMI, coming back here, we are trying to create images for the purpose of backup. What kind of a backup? We can try to take a backup of software. We can try to take a backup of data storage. So for this server, what is how much is the storage? You can see, go to the storage section. 8 GB is a storage. This is a storage for C drive, like a root volume, correct? Now, if I try to go to click on actions, click on image, create image. I'll try to create a backup of Apache Linux. I can try to create a Linux Apache backup. Okay, Linux Apache backup. I'm giving a description of demo backup Linux Apache server, which hosts a sample website. All right. Now I just gave a demo with a description here and the image name. So what it is trying to take up, you can see this definition. An image, also referred to as an AMI, defines the program and settings that are applied when you launch an EC2 instance. You can create an image from the configuration of an existing instance. Because there is an existing instance which I already launched, I'm trying to create an image. Okay. Now this is trying to take a backup of software and the storage as well. Okay. So it's a machine image. Yes. You can see I'm trying to take a backup of this. I'm trying to click on create image. Okay. So what I'll try to do, where these AMIs will be loaded, you can see currently an AMI for instance is loading. Okay. It is trying to create. On the left side, you can see under the images, there is an option called AMI here. Here you need to see the image where we are trying to take a backup. This is the Linux AMI backup. Okay. I'm trying to give a name here as well. You can click on the pen symbol and give a name. You can see my backup image is creating so that I can try to reuse. Okay. And I can try to recover for any pending other instance. I can try to launch any new servers. You can see this is creating the pending. That means my AMI is creating. So what it is trying to create a backup, it is trying to take a backup of the configuration of the static website, whatever the commands I've entered and everything, it will try to take a backup in the form of AMI. The software will be backup. Now, how about the storage? There is a storage for this server is 8 GB, right? Also, the data also be to be there as a backup. So where this backup will be stored for the storage will be stored under the snapshots. You can see the storage will be stored under the snapshots. Here, the snapshot will try to store the data. AMI will try to store the software image. Let's see. It is still taking time. Let's wait. Have you selected? Yeah. So what is the difference between image and snapshot means? See, image is a combination of software and the data. That means we have installed the Apache software and the configuration, right? So that is kind of a software which will be loaded under the images, under this particular AMIs. And the storage will be stored like any other storage you have included, it will be stored under the snapshots. Okay. So for example, let me try to show you. Let it created. It is still in the pending state. Let's get it created first. It's still under status pending. Let's wait for it to be created. Now it is available. See, it is available. Okay. Now if I go here, let me see. See, there is a snapshot of 8 GB. That means the C drive volume of this server, it has been stored in the form of a storage. You can see the storage is 8 GB, right? For this server, that is stored under the snapshot. Whatever the software we installed, like Apache and everything, the configuration, Windows operating system, all this will be stored in the form of AMI. Like that means inside this image it will be storing. So that is what it is trying to show up. Okay. So my software has been stored in the form of image. My data has been stored in the snapshot here. I can try to state as C drive backup. Okay. I'm storing that. Okay. Is it showing for you as well? The snapshot has been created here. Yes or no? See, my software has been stored in here in the form of image. My storage has been stored in the form of a snapshot. So let us keep that as it is. So what I'll do here, I'll go and try to terminate the server, directly the server. Okay, let's see. I'm going to terminate the server. Let's go and terminate the server quick. Okay. You can see my server is getting shut down. Let's get it shut down. Have you selected? See, I have terminated the server. Everyone terminated. So here, what I would like to do, I want to launch the same server with same kind of a setting with the same storage of 8 GB, whatever the data which is there. For example, I have tried to store any personal data, like any application data. If I want to retrieve or backup, I can try to retrieve with the help of an image. Okay, I'll go to MIs here. I'll just try to click on this. I'll just try to click on actions. You can see I'm trying to click on actions. Here, if you see, I'll just see. Just see this. Let it terminated. You can see this option, launch Linux instance from AMI. That means with the help of this backup AMI, I'm trying to launch a new server with the same settings. I don't need to install any configurations, any scripts or anything I have to do. I'll click on launch instance from AMI. I'll click on yes. It will ask. See, it is asking the confirmation. See, I'll try to have it as Linux backup AMI server. For example, I'm trying to launch a server, right, with the help of a Linux backup AMI. So on the right side, you can see how many servers I can try to create with the same image. I can try to launch hundreds of servers at a time. You can see I can try to launch hundreds of servers with at a time, but don't do that. I just want to show you as we are trying to do it for the lab purpose, we're just trying to launch only one. In the same way, which will try to save me time to configure everything at once. So I'm trying to create a new server with the backup AMI. I don't need to select anything. I just need to select the key pair. Okay. I'll just select this security group Linux. Everything will be same. You can see the Amazon machine image, what it has selected, Linux backup AMI, Linux Apache backup AMI. It is already selected. I just need to click on simply launch. You can export this image to different regions, from Oregon region to Mumbai region, Singapore, or US or West region, anywhere you can try to export this image. Okay. You can try to launch the server from other region as well with the help of this AMI. Now I try to launch the server with the help of a AMI. So let's see how it is going to launch. See, my server is in running state. It is just getting initialized. Let's give it some time. Guys, see, is it in running state? Now, if I have to verify this output of the server, if that image has been properly configured or not, I'll copy the public IP. I'll go to the browser. I'll put HTTP in the front, -- public IP address. See, my backup software, I don't have to do anything. Simply with the help of a backup, I can try to redeploy a new server with the help of old image, the backup image. Correct? The storage is 8 GB only. All the storage also got a backup. Where that storage has been backup? With the help of a snapshots. See, this snapshot you can see created by created image for AMI ID. Okay. We have to see this. The backup is nothing but a snapshot. In this way, I can try to reuse the AMI when I want to have a redeploy of the server. After you create an image, go to AMIs, click on the checkbox, click on launch instance from AMI. It will try to launch a new server with the same configuration with the same storage. In that way, the AMI is going to reuse. It will try to provide a reusability for a deployment of a new servers. Was the concept clear to everyone? Yes or no? So now what have we done? What I have to delete? Yes. Now go and try to delete the server because we are done with a demo. Okay, go and try to click on actions and instance state, terminate the server. We have to terminate the server here. Shut down. Also, once we are done with the lab session, we also need to delete the snapshot and AMI as well. Don't forget, we need to delete the snapshot and AMI because snapshots are also chargeable. It is also a storage, right? We have to, it is also chargeable. Click on the snapshot, go to actions and delete snapshot. Are you sure you want to delete the snapshot? Yes, I want to delete. Snapshot cannot be deleted because it has been linked with the AMI. First, you have to delete the AMI, then only the snapshot can be deleted. Okay, you need to remember that. I delete this AMI first, go to actions, deregister AMI. There is an option called deregister AMI. Click on deregister AMI. After you deregister AMI, you cannot use it to launch any new server. Are you sure that you want to deregister these AMIs? Yes. Also, delete associated snapshots. Snapshots are not automatically deleted. You have to delete manually. Okay, but this is a C drive snapshot, right? Let's see if that will be deleted or not. I have deleted and I'll go to the snapshot. See, you have to delete it manually. Now, if I delete the snapshot, are you sure you want to delete snapshot? Yes, I want to delete. See, this snapshot also deleted. Now, the cleanup process can be happen in this way. We can have to delete all the settings, everything resources once we are done with the lab session. Was the concept is clear for the AMIs as well, everyone? Any doubts on this? Any doubts? All right. So let's try to go with the next module. That is nothing but a Amazon Elastic Block Storage. What is Amazon Elastic Block Storage? It is a block storage. It is an easy to use, scalable, high performance block storage service designed for Amazon Elastic Cloud Computing. That means at our home, what actually we are using our personal computers, we have a by default C drive, right? Everyone remember? Usually we have a C drives available in our computers. For example, if you want to have attached to any additional hard drive, like a physical hard disk, like an external hard disk that can be attached to the computers. In the same way, for the virtual servers also, we can try to attach external hard disk. That is with the options possible with the help of an Amazon Elastic Block Storage. Okay, we can try to attach additional hard disk to the Linux server or Windows server or any virtual server in the cloud. And there are two types of a hard disk, like a block storages, SSD based and HDD based. What is SSD and what is HDD? Any idea? Anyone? What is SSD and what is HDD? There are two types of a hard disk. You remember? What is SSD and what is HDD? HDD is nothing but a hard disk drive. SSD is nothing but a solid state drive. So SSD are actually quite fast. Okay. It is SSD hard disk type of a things. These are actually frequently used operations, input output operations. SSD will be mostly utilized. HDD hard disk are actually storing for a large amount of a data. Okay. But SSD is actually cheap. I mean, quite faster actually. Okay. Which actually requires more space. You can get more storage space with a less price than HDD are actually reliable. But SSD is nothing but which is quite faster, lighter, and more efficient. So we have a general purpose SSD, provisioned IOPS SSD, throughput HDD, and cold HDD in the HDD. So what you do, you launch a Amazon Elastic block storage like SSD or HDD, and then attach to the running server, either Linux or Windows, and then you can try to run an application or Apache server, or you can try to store all the data, images, videos, documents, and everything. That kind of a lab we are going to do it. So what kind of a types we have? General purpose SSD, provisioned IOPS, throughput, cold HDD, and the magnetic HDD. We have a different types. You can try to go and try to review more information about the different types. Okay, I'll just show you. I'll just give you different types. You can try to review when you have a time. ABS, Amazon EBS volume types. These are the different types. Based on the requirement, we can try to use this kind of a volumes. Under the free tier, we have only general purpose GP2 or the GP3. Okay. If I go to the free tier limitation, AWS free tier, always you need to see this free tier limitations. If I try to click this, let's see under the storage, what kind of a offer we have. I'll go to the storage here. You can see Amazon Elastic Block Storage. You have a 30 GB of a storage that you can try to use. Okay, 30 GB of a storage you can try to use. So what kind of a storage we have to use? Any combinations of general purpose SSD. That means either GP2 or GP3. You can see GP2 or GP3 only you have to use that for a free tier purpose. So you can try to go through this document for understanding on the different types of storages. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we will try to launch a server, and by default the server have a root volume. What is a root volume? It's nothing but a C drive which have a program files and the system files. Correct. So we will try to attach an additional volume to the Linux server, or maybe we can try to attach a additional volume to the Windows server. That is easier to understand and learn as well for you. By default, when we launch a Linux server, what is the default storage we are getting? Like a root volume C drive, like we have tried to launch a many servers till now, right? How much is the storage for a C drive? It is by default 8. For a Windows server, what is the default C drive storage it is trying to take? Windows servers? Anyone? When we launch a Windows server, what is the default volume storage it is trying to configure? Any idea? 30 GB. So 8 GB is for a Linux, 30 GB is for the Windows. Okay. So let's go ahead launch Windows server quick. Go try to launch a Windows server along with me. Windows server. I'll just type WinServ. Okay. So give a name and go to browse more AMIs. Try to select all Windows free tier. Click on select. I'm selecting a Windows AMI machine image for launching a Windows server only. Okay. Now slowly come down. Instance type, I can select only the free tier eligibility only. So I can see only t2.micro is available in this region. I'm trying to select t2.micro only. Okay. And go and select the key pair. Network setting will be default. And here the security group, I need to select the Windows security group, which we have already created 2 days before. Windows security group, WinSG. Go and select please. if I prefer you to have additional monitor for practicing the lab session so that you can watch the session in one screen and practice the lab session in another screen. That should be helpful for you to, practice more efficiently. So you can see by default, the storage is 30 GB configuration storage, which has been there. Free tier eligible customers can get up to 30 GB of elastic block storage or the magnetic storage. So I don't want to add a new volume. This is a C drive. If I want to add a new drive like a E drive, F drive, D drive, I can try to add a new EBS, elastic block storage, as we are discussing. I'll do it later. So for now, you just click on launch. Okay. Once you launch, let's see. Let us give us some time to this. See, my Windows server is getting launched here. Yeah. So it is in the pending status. It will take 2 to 3 minutes for launching a server and generate the password. Let's connect. So I hope everyone know how to connect a server. We have tried to practice last time. Click on get password. You need to generate the password from the key pair. See, my password has been generated. I can download the remote desktop file, or I can try to open a remote desktop connection from my computer. Or better, you can try to download the remote desktop file. Will avoid confusion. You can see I'm opening the remote desktop client. It will ask the username and the password. Username will be username as administrator, and the password will be the one which I try to do it from the key pair. Click on OK. See, it is asking for the security confirmation. Click on yes. It is showing the black screen. It will take some time to log in. Did everyone launch the server? If you select this option, it will try to restore to small screen. See, my Windows server isn't ready. So if you open the file explorer, how much is the storage? If you can see here, what is the default storage it had? It had 30 GB of storage in this server, correct? It is a C drive volume, which have all the program files. Now let's try to attach an elastic block storage to this, like an additional hard drive to this particular server. We will try to do it, okay? We'll try to attach. You can see the C drive. Is there anyone who is pending with a launch? Anyone? Everyone launched the server? Yes or no? I see only response from one Akshit Rao. Anyone is pending? Or people are just watching? Okay, so let's go to the concept of elastic block storage. On the left side of the screen, there is an option called elastic block store. See, under the elastic block store, we have an option called volumes. If you select the volumes, whatever the instances you launched, all the volumes of that particular volume instances, everything storage will be displayed in this section only. Okay, so what is this volume? Every volume will have a volume ID, like an instance ID. We have a volume ID. Which volume it is? It is for the instance, right? It is for the server we launched, like a Windows server we have launched. This is a volume which is created as a 30 GB. So let's give it a name. We can give a name as well. I can give Windows C drive. Okay, for understanding purpose, I'm giving this name. All right, Windows C drive. So if I want to attach additional volume, I need to click on create volume and open this. Okay, my server launched under which availability zone here? You can see my server is launched under T2.micro is a server, and under which availability zone? Oregon region, US West 2B. You need to create the volume under this availability zone only. Otherwise, it won't be attached. Whatever the zone, availability zone, this is created. Under that only, you need to create the volume. Let's create a one volume. You can see create volume. As I told you, the free tier, it will offers only GP3 or GP2. Only these two can be used, 30 GB of storage. Okay, I'm selecting GP3. How much is the volume you want to attach? I want to attach, for example, 10 GB. I want to attach 10 GB of a volume storage I want to create. Okay, it's kind of an external hard disk. So under the availability zone, I need to select US West 2B because my volume server also created under which availability zone? US West 2B. I need to select. Snapshot, don't create any snapshot. I don't need any backup. So let's give the ignore. Encryption. If you want to enable encryption, is nothing but a security. It will try to encrypt the data inside the volume storage. If you want to do this, it will be enabled. You can try to disable this for now. We don't need that. Did we try to create volume? Are you into this section, everyone? I'm not getting a response. If you don't, just let me know if where you are. Yeah. Under the volume selection, select the volume type, select the storage, and then select the availability zone. It is whatever the server you launch, US West 2B, right? I'm selecting the US West 2B, simple. Shall I proceed? Next. Okay, I'm creating a volume here. If you want to see the which availability zone, go to the EC2 server. Under the EC2 server, you will see the availability zone where it has been launched. The server is launched under US West 2B. See? Is that clear, Shiva Prasad or Satyam Raj? This is the 2B. Under this Oregon region, we have a US West 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. Okay. This has been launched under US West 2B availability zone. So I'm trying to create volume under the same availability zone. Was that clear? Okay, I'm clicking on create volume now. See, I have a C drive volume 30 GB and external volume as, I'm just giving a name. You can give a names here. Windows Server, for example, E drive or D drive. See, Windows C drive, Windows D drive. I have two volumes now to this under the volume selection. I have a 30 GB of a storage. I have a 10 GB of storage. Everyone are able to see two volumes here. I need a response. Okay. So creating a volume is not enough. You need to attach this volume to the server. Okay. So for that, what you need to do, once this status is getting creating, right, it has to come into available state. Then you can try to attach the volume to the server. Let's refresh this button. See, once you refresh, the status has been coming into the blue color that is available. Once I'm trying to click on this, now you need to attach to the instance. Okay. Now you need to attach to the instance. Go to actions. Here there's an option called attach volume. See, I have to click on attach volume. To which instance? There might be hundreds of instances, right? You need to verify the instance ID 572. I need to go to the instance here. I need to see there is a one server currently. I'm trying to attach that. The device name usually it is already in place. XVDF, right? I can try to give D drive, correct? XVDD. If you want to create a E drive, XVDE. If you want to create a F drive, I can try to give XTDF. Anything you want to give. I want to give XTDD. For a root server, C drives will be mentioned as /dev/SDA1. Okay. For external volumes, it will be mentioned as XVDF, XVDD, XVEF. Okay. I'm clicking on attach volume. Now my volume is getting attached. See, in use. That means your volume is ready to be attached. Let me know if you people have attached the server. I'll give you time. Is there anyone who is about to attach? Okay, good. I see only response from one. Okay. So once you launch the server and attach the this drive, I can try to go and verify from the server. Oh, my server got this. Okay. My server has to be relaunched. Now connect the server quick. I'll try to connect the server now. I'm clicking on connect. Is asking for the password. Let's connect the server to verify if the volume has been attached or not. Hmm. It is showing some hack. You can see. Okay. Yes. So now see, I have the C drive which is mentioned as 30 GB, correct? If I want to have attached for this, for example, I have to attach some additional volume for 10 GB. You can see I have a volume, right? 10 GB, which I've already attached here. So attaching here is not enough. I need to do a partition within the server. Okay. For that, what I have to do? Let me try to do it. Let me see this. You can see this inside the C drive. If you need to go to the search option first, let me try to do it. Under the search option, type disk partition. Okay. Let us type, there should be an option called disk mgmt. Type dsk mgmt.msc. Okay. And then open this partition tool within the server. All right. Here you can see there is a 10 GB unallocated space, right? That means it is offline. You need to right click here. For example, there's a 30 GB which is already there. Right click on the offline, make it online. Okay. And then right click on the unallocated. Let us try to click on not initialized, click on initialized disk. Let's try to do it, everyone. And then click on next. That's it. It will come into online. And then under the unallocated space, right click on the unallocated, click on new simple volume. Click on next, next. And then see, you can try to assign any drive names, letters to it. Like I'm trying to give a D. Click on next, next, finish. You can see my volume has been partitioned. If I go to the file explorer now, you can see my 10 GB volume has been attached. It is empty now. It don't have a data. You can put the data if you want. In this way, I can try to attach the storage to the server. Was it clear? Let me know if you are able to create as well. And are you able to see the volumes, everyone? Any doubts here? Were everyone able to see the volumes? Any doubts? How to attach that to the server? Anyone? Yeah, difference between S3 and EBS. EBS is nothing but a block storage. It's a raw storage that will be attached to the servers. S3 is nothing but a simple storage service that we will be coming and discussing as well sooner in next classes. Okay, don't worry. S3 is an object-based storage. We have to discuss yet on that. Is there anyone who is yet to be created and attached to the server, the volumes? S3 is a simple storage service. EBS is an elastic block storage. Is there anyone who is pending with the creation? Any doubts? Any doubts? See, even if you want to have modify this volume. Someone had a question? Cost anomaly detection. Naveen, you got a mail for a cost? Who is that? Naveen, right? Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment. Let me see. What was the message that you got as a message that you have received? Can you share that in the Zoom chat? What you are trying to see in the email? Like in the about the cost? Okay, I'm seeing that, Naveen. Just let me see that. Now go to the billing dashboard, Naveen, and see if there are any servers that are active for you. See under the billing dashboard, you can see. Go to the bill and cost management on the right side and check if there are any active resources which are in place. under the bills, see, if I see my screen on the left side, I'll go to the home. Even I have an anomaly detected. Go to the account on the right side. There is a billing and cost management. Cost anomalies 3 detected. Correct. If I try to open this, let's see what are these. You can try to review that information from here under the cost explorer. It is trying to redact, like if there are any charges incurred, it will try to show you if that has been amount impacted, it will try to show you the information. Okay. The cost anomaly detection estimates the cost impact of each day by day using historical spend data. Okay. Adding the cost impact, it level results in the sum of total cost impact over the anomaly period. Okay. So did you launch any other additional servers? Okay. Now go to the home. Once you are done with that server configuration, just try to terminate that. Okay. For example, I'll just go back. For now, you can go to the bills. And see under the billing, if you have anything that actually billed, all that services information will be shown here. Elastic Cloud Computing and everything. You can see this. You can try to see that information. If it is not showing information, that's fine. Just show me that. I think it shows none. So you should be okay for now. Okay. As for the screenshot you shared in the Zoom, you should be okay. All right. So I see I have information which is already charged earlier. I mean, last month I've just tried to use my, this month initial days. So that's why it has been charged. For how? Because my free tier is already exhausted due to the training. That's why it is not showing up. So it is already consumed $40. So I have to pay like $0.40. It doesn't cost much, but you have to make sure. Okay. So coming back to the volume section, if you want to, when the server is in running state, okay, when the server is in running state, if you want to modify the volume to additional drive, for example, I have a 10 GB, right? I have a 10 GB of a volume. And if I want to increase 10 GB to some more additional without, terminating the server, then I can try to click on this and click on modify volume. You can see this modify volume. When I'm trying to click on modify from 10 GB to 15 GB, I can try to increase. For example, I'll click on additional 5 GB has been added from 10 to 515. I'll click on modify. Okay, let's try to do it. So you can see the status, it is in the use. That means it is trying to increase from 10 GB to 15 GB. Let us try to do that from server as well. It is still in the use. Let it get modified. It takes time. So once you added the volume from console, you need to go back here. Okay. And then see 5 GB unallocated space has been added here. You can see my screen. 5 GB unallocated space. So I want to attach this 5 GB unallocated space. That means additional 10 GB, right? Additional 5 GB. So here already there is a 10 GB, correct? So I want to add additional 5 GB to this to make it 15 GB. Then what I need to do, I need to right click on the 10 GB here and then click on extend volume. There is an option called extend volume and then click on next, finish. See, my total volume has been increased from 10 GB to 15 GB. If I go back to the file explorer, it will go as 15 GB here. See, my volume has been increased from 10 GB to 15 GB. In this way, I can try to modify the volume within when the server is in running state to additional space storage. Okay. If I want to detach the server also, I can try to do it. And before that, for example, I want to take a backup of this drive. Okay. I want to take a backup of this drive. For example, I have some data inside the M drive. Okay. I'm trying to create some file here. Test file 2. Okay. I have 2 files here. What I'm trying to do, I'll try to delete this, detach this drive. Okay, you can see my screen. I'll try to delete. For example, by user actions or unintended actions, I'm trying to delete this drive. Before I delete, I'll try to take a backup. I can try to take a backup of this drive as well with the help of a snapshot. You can see there is an option called create snapshot. Backup of D drive. I'm trying to click out create snapshot. So my snapshot backup of D drive has been stored inside the snapshots. See, this is stored inside the snapshot. Backup of C drive, D drive. So for example, if I try to delete this volume as well, actions, detach volume, I'm trying to detach. So I'm trying to detach the volume from this server so that the volume gets deleted from the server, for example. Available, optimized. So I'll go and delete, for example, delete the volume. Are you sure you want to delete the volume? The data is permanently deleted. Yes, I'm deleting. Okay, so I don't have any volume inside my server. See, my volume has been deleted from the server as well. Okay, so if I want to retrieve, I want to backup my drive and the data, I can go to the snapshot. I try to click on the checkbox, actions, create volume from the snapshot. So what it will try to do, it will try to attach the same data, same volume under US West 2B, right? My server under 2B. It is under the 2B. So I'm selecting the 2B, click on create volume. With the help of a snapshot, I can try to retrieve the backup data. Okay. I'll go and try to do this. If I go to the volume section, see my volume is coming up here. D drive. See my volume is getting created. Okay. So I'll go to actions. I can click on attach volume to the instance. Click on yes. Click on attach volume. That's it. See, with the help of snapshot, I can try to recover the backup option. I'll go and refresh here. I'll go to the attachment. See the 15 GB. It is coming as space. I'll click on online. See my volume has been attached automatically. See my volume 15 GB is coming back up here because of the snapshot option. because of the snapshot feature, I can try to create the volume in this way. All my files which has been created, that has been also backup, so that my data is also secure in this way. All right. My data is backup here as well. In this way, I can try to use the EBS volumes creation and also use the snapshots to for the recover purpose. Okay. So you have to make sure on that. So once you're done with that, let's try to terminate the server. Let's try to delete the volumes and the snapshot as part of a cleanup process. Okay. I'm trying to delete the D drive. Delete the D drive from here. See, detach volume. Yes, I want to detach. Also, I want to delete the snapshot because you have to understand snapshots also chargeable. You need to delete that once you're done with the lab session as well. Click on delete snapshot. Delete the snapshots, delete the volumes, delete the AMIs. Okay, make sure. Click on actions. Once you click on detach, you need to click on delete option. You cannot delete before detach. You need to detach from the server. Okay, delete volume. Yes, I need to delete. See, my volume has been deleted. You cannot delete the C drive. Why? Because it is a root volume attached to the server. It cannot be detached. See, unable to detach the root volume because it is attached to the server. It contains all the systems files which you will be requiring to operate the Windows server. So you cannot delete directly. So you need to first terminate the server and then that will be automatically deleted. Actions, instance state, terminate the server. In this way, I can try to use the elastic block storage volumes for this server. See, my servers are getting shut down. So once your service shut down, automatically the C drive volume will be automatically deleted from here as well. See, it should be. See, you currently have no volumes in this region. That means C drive volume is deleted by default when your server is getting terminated. Make sure once you try to delete, snapshots you have to delete, volumes you have to delete, AMIs you have to delete, and also the instances. Make sure, okay? Is it deleted, everyone? So Naveen, if you see that emails, you need to understand that if any services are being used, you can try to take care. Okay. For example, EC2 server is running, it will try to send an alert for you. See, 3 anomalies detected, 1 monitor active. If I click on this active, you need to see which services are being consumed at that particular time. So AWS, all services. If you click on this, let's see. Defaults. This is what you are seeing, right? If I'm trying to click on this. One subscription. See, we have used already elastic block storage, correct? And you have already used compute, elastic load balancing. So it is the impact that is trying to generate for me on that particular days. Which dates? 12th, December 4th, which I've tried to do that, not now. And you need to go to these services and try to make sure terminate all the services. Okay. Try to see if any volumes are there or not. Try to see if any servers are there. Try to see if any other services which are running. It will try to help you to track the billing resources. Okay. So once you try to make sure it shouldn't be an issue for you. That's fine. That's how we can try to do it. So that's all about elastic block storage in the AMI section here. So along with EBS, there is an option called elastic elastic file system. Elastic file system is nothing but it is a fully managed elastic file system. It scales up and down as the files are added and removed. That means, for example, there is a default volume of a 10 GB we have added under the volume section, right? So when you try to attach the elastic file system kind of a technology, what it will try to do, it will try to detect how many files are added. Based on that, the space will be added. Like it will try to automatically add 15 GB. When the file storage is less, it will try to automatically reduce the 15 GB to 10 GB. So that is why it is trying to confirm as elastic file system. It scales automatically up and down as files are added and the removed. It can be increased up to petabytes of a capacity. Okay. It will be compatible with only with the Linux based only, not with the Windows. This kind of a storage service is only compatible with the Linux based AMIs, not for the Windows. Okay, it's one kind of a service, elastic file system. So you can try to attach to the multiple Linux servers, and mostly it will be used for the enterprise applications for testing and development, database servers and the backups, web servers and the content management, and the media works and the big data analyticals. So during that kind of a project workloads, this EFS will be automatically used. So you don't need to worry about the storage, how much storage you have to add it manually, because EFS will try to automatically does the purpose and try to do this job. Okay. So it is one kind of a system. With this, we have done the module, computing module have been completed. So from next class, we'll try to see other modules like network, storage, and security and other aspects. Okay. Any doubts on compute services? You can try to practice again, try to see the sessions, and going forward, we are trying to look onto other services as well. I think Akshitra, you have a doubt on adding 100 GB with free ABS. Under the free tier, you have only 30 GB of a free storage, right? After 30 GB, if you add any additional storage, you will be charged. So don't do that. If you delete the instances, we cannot retrieve the data. You have to take the backup of the storage. Then only you can try to retrieve the data. Simple. Any doubts further? Yes, you have to log out of the server. You have to make sure. We are going to practice further more services soon. Okay. So actually difference between template and image. So image is nothing but it's exact copy of the software, like whatever the software we have installed, Apache and everything, right? Only the exact copy of the software only. Template is exact copy of the hardware, not software. Simple. Is it clear? You can just when you have an issue with the fail to load your custom layout, you can log off and re-log into the web AWS console. You will be able to log in again. Yeah. I hope everyone are understanding. Just try to practice again, because you can try to see it and you can also practice later if you feel, somewhat disconnected. All right. I see some people are able to clear and they are able to practice along with me. But if some people are, if you're not able to get through, you have to watch the recorded session again and you can try to practice, or you can try to understand more. We have an AWS documentation for more understanding as well. Any doubts further? So from tomorrow, we'll be going to the next module. Just be ready. What was the error? Failed to load your custom layout. Hmm. Maybe try to use a different browser. Jashwant, try to use a different browser and have a try. Just try to do in the edge. And if you have a still more doubt, you can try to follow this article which I'm pinging in the Zoom chat. And if you're not able to understand that, you can raise a support ticket with an AWS as well later if it doesn't works. I just pinged some article in the Zoom chat for you. So I hope everyone are clear. So you can log off and we shall meet up, catch up tomorrow then. Jashwant, is it working in the edge? Others can log off. We can catch up tomorrow then. Thanks everyone.
So Balu, we're done. Guys, I already shared the attendance link in the chat box. So if you have any query or question, let me know, or else we'll wind up for today. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Bye bye. Have a nice time.